I don't even know what this guy was doing. Look at this. So
he had one. He like literally sack played. What is this?
Yeah,
sack
but not only that, he's got King Freyr on light season offense. So
wait,
like,
what?
Hey, what's poppin', sexies? It's your boy here, and we are back for day 3 of the TACHOcast, and our special guest of this evening is going to be the one and only DTM. What's up, man?
Hello, Tasha. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much. Always super happy to join with another podcast, and yeah, I'm super excited to discuss all things Fae with you.
Yeah, so if you guys aren't already aware, DTM actually has his own podcast that he does on his channel, which is the FEH. So I guess that's kind of where Joel got the name TACHOcast from, because he came up with that
really?
name.
He was the one who suggested that?
Yeah, it was on day 1. I was just like, hey, man, you want to sit down and record for a bit? And he was like, yeah, sure. And then I didn't really have a name for it, and he introduced it as the TACHOcast. So I was like, that's kind of catchy. So I kept it.
And yeah, that's amazing and definitely fits. I guess FEHcast is the short name. Like State of Fae is what it's officially called by whatever official means. But yeah, like it's always super fun to like just talk about Fae, and yeah, super excited.
Yeah, so like I said, he has his podcast on his channel. So if you guys are interested in Fae specific podcast style videos, then definitely check out DTM. He's actually just recently hit 3,000 subscribers, so a very awesome landmark for him, and hopefully we can get him some more spotlight here today. So
thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem, man. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna start by, of course, taking a look at my defense replay of the day, and we have one brand new one, so let's go ahead and take a look here. This guy's name is
Did that
Quizzy.
failure count in between all of the successes in lift loss control?
Yeah,
Dang.
we did mine. Yeah, I don't even know what this guy was doing. Look at this. So
he had one. He like literally sack played. What is this?
Yeah,
sack
but not only that, he's got King Freyr on light season offense. So
wait,
like,
what?
Yeah, I don't even know. I mean. Freyr is really good, of course, for Chaos Season offense, because he can, like, neutralize any penalties like Sanaki's C-Skill and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't really run him on offense because you're losing a lot of points, so I don't understand. I mean, this is just him doing him, I guess.
I mean, I guess that's what you expect from sack play players. No,
yeah.
Just kidding. But, yes, getting hit with sack plays are, like, actually the worst.
Yeah, and not only that, too, he's got the Goto and Ike combo, so...
Ooh, I've heard things about that from Oblivion, who's been using his Ike.
Yeah, I've been
using every day.
Yeah, same here. I mean, I'm an Ike fan, so it's pretty awesome to finally get a really good Ike for once.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Did you see... Oh, go. You can continue.
Oh, I was just going to say... This is the defense that I'm running for this season, and I know you are one of the premier Gale Forcing Aether Rays offense players, so what do you make of this so far? What do you think about this defense I've got here?
So this is a pretty tough defense, just due to the way the traps are set up. It's going to be really hard to like get a Gale Force unit in, especially with Myr, because that forces you to go on turn 1. So that she doesn't apply her warp bubble afterwards. And so I think some ideas that could be possible is like if you can take out either the block below Edelgard or like the block besides like Robin or something, like there could be ways to like AoE it. But again, like this is a relatively tough defense. Into Gale Force, just due to the layout and how the traps are structured, and the fact that you need to go on turn 1. And so, yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, having the turn 1 trap with Azura really forces people to move fast. So you don't really have the time to set up any kind of positioning antics.
Right.
Okay,
one of the...
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, they're on me taking. But yeah, one of the main ways to like actually initiate with Gale Force these days is using a unit like Rearm Tana, who can both warp 2 spaces within an ally and provide like the guidance, and that allows you to like warp in as opposed to just having like a smite bot. And I have been meaning to make like a Gale Force addendum that like explains all the recent developments on Gale Force, but especially for teams that you like want to initiate on turn 1, that has like been the main mechanism of getting your units in.
Right. Yeah, actually, that would be an awesome guide to get a Gale Forcing AR offense strategy guide. Because it's definitely gotten way easier with recent units that can just take so many actions, like Brave Gulveig and Winter Edelgard. And then also, like, the Wings of Mercy, or Echo Seal was a really big one, too.
Mercy
So, like,
Wing Echo is interesting because I feel like for most players, they prefer the Wings of Mercy for flexibility of having more like spots to warp in, because like obviously Mercy Wing Echo is only adjacent spaces, while Wings of Mercy 4 is within 2 spaces, which goes from like 4 spaces to 12 spaces, right? So it's an interesting trade-off on like what bees you can run.
Yeah, it's definitely better. If you need to nuke a little bit harder, you get access to your B skill again, but then it also hurts you a little on positioning because you can't warp as far. So it's a bit of a trade-off.
Right.
Okay, so this guy... Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, I've seen like some cases where people have used it. Like, one of my favorites is like a speed-based Fallen Edelgard with attack speed wild, beast agility, and like, just blade session and go all the way speed. Because you can initiate turn 1 then, because she will be transformed with the beast agility. And I guess you have to stack speed because of attack speed wild. It's super funny. Yeah.
No, I think a lot of people just count Fallen Edelgard out because obviously she's not the tank that she used to be. But just the simple fact that when she ever initiates combat, she gets that extra action is so powerful. Like, a lot of units don't really have something like that. So just the amount of actions you can take with her, even though defensively she's fallen off a cliff, it's still a pretty good player phase tool to have on her.
Yeah, definitely. Like, it's funny because like when Fallen Edelgard first came out, I had the position that Shield's never really a good tank. And thought like she was being really overrated by the general community. But now, like, I'm defending Fallen Edelgard being actually good because now I think she's super underrated. Because again, like, I've always felt her strength was in like the player phase 3 actions that you can get, and that's just so valuable in my opinion. Obviously, I'm biased as like a Gale Force player, but I do think that Fallen Edelgard is a lot better than folks make her out to be right now.
Yeah, definitely. And it only stands to get better as we get more Beast exclusive skills. So, like, right now we have only 2 of the level 4 Beast skills that let you transform for free, which Beast Agility and Beast Sense are the 2. And I don't really think any of them suit Edelgard that well specifically. Like, you just want the auto transformation. I guess Beast Agility gives you a little bit of extra damage, but what I'm really waiting on is like one that's good for slow tanky beast types like King Freyr, because I really want to just ditch his beast skill for like one that lets him transform automatically. I feel like that would be a huge buff to him.
Yeah, they haven't done a lot with these beasts yet. Like, we've gotten a lot of like dragon beast skills, but yeah, as you mentioned, it's only 2, which is I honestly didn't believe it until Oblivion told me about it. I was like, dang. Wow, you're completely right, Oblivion. Beasts do have the short end of the stick right now. Yeah, they've consistently been getting shafted even worse than dragons, because like at least now dragons are starting to get a lot of stuff. But back in the day, I mean, beasts are just as out of luck as dragons because they get so little skills to work with. Right. And you have to like try to manage the beast's transformation conditions and all of that sort of stuff. Which again was one of the main weaknesses of Fallen Edelgard as a follow-up Gale Force unit. She couldn't really be done turn 1 unless you have like another beast or dragon unit. Personally,
Right.
what I'm waiting for is the Beast Wom, like a Beast Wings of Mercy. I think that would be really cool.
Oh my god. That's such a weird effect, though, because none of the beast skills right now have Wings of Mercy in it. So, like...
Right.
I feel like that would be something very specific to Edelgard, if they released that.
It would be specific to Edelgard, to Asker, and to Valoria. And maybe... Okay, I guess not Raphael, because he doesn't really gain anything for the Beast transformation. But mainly those three, yeah, would be the biggest beneficiaries of that. And they're all Gale Forcers, so...
yeah, pretty much. Okay, so what do we have here? This is our new defense of the day. So this guy's got an offensive air here. We've got Ash. We have Dagger. We got the Duo Robin. Then we have, I guess this is his save tank. Plus 10 Byleth.
Plus 10 Byleth. All right.
Yeah, and he's got a +4 Ike ring by the looks of it. So pretty tanky unit there. And then he's got Hortensia to debuff my team. So let's see what happens to him here. Because he did lose a couple of units. Oh, he's just going to try to tank it immediately. Okay.
With no AoE protection either, which is interesting. So like, yeah.
All right, so much for that invested Byleth, right? Here comes my non-merged Igreen just demolishing her.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I have the same experience whenever I face like Winter Byleth on defense, except it's even worse since obviously on defense you can't pop the duo. And so like AoE Golveg just like completely shreds him.
Yeah. I mean, he's a pretty good example of a bait unit that I think is healthy for the game because he has a lot of really strong bait effects like the triple scowl and the like null C and things like that. Even the duo button can be really good. But he's got a lot of ways to like clearly beat him. There's a lot of units that can straight up win or win with a lot of support. Whereas I feel like Fallen Ike is an unhealthy version of a bait unit where he just does way too many things and it's like, how do you actually beat him? Because if he's got the right setup, it's just like impossible.
You mean Emblem Ike, right? Not Fallen
Ike?
Ike?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Emblem Ike.
I was like, Fallen Ike, you know, his refined is still out there. Let's hope it's not as like powerful as Emblem Ike, but I mean, there's ways to deal with Emblem Ike. Like, obviously, the AoE is the biggest one that a lot of folks have been mentioning. A lot of AoE mages generally can take him out, assuming he does not have a Goto. And I mean, right now it's the fact that like Goto is not that good of a unit, and not a lot of people have Goto. That is sort of like holding that back. So yeah, we have AoEs have been like one of the main like units I've seen people use to deal with Emblem Ike. Obviously, we have the recent Dual Robin. Units with scowl effects also generally can do well. It's interesting. Like, obviously, like Emblem Ike is very, very strong, but he's also just like an Omni tank. And I don't know if you remember, but like back in the old days, one of the biggest ways to get around Brave Ike was just not to deal with Brave Ike, just to like try to get the other units around him. So.
Yeah, just like move past them and deal with the back row. That's how Cav lines ended up becoming so prominent.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I didn't even know.
Match?
I did, yeah. I didn't even know. Wait, is this a tree or is this a structure? What is this?
That's a structure. Yeah.
It looks like it's part of the map there. I thought it was just like a tree that I could walk right over.
Right.
That's interesting. Okay, so, I mean, you brought up AoEs as being one of the ways to deal with Emblem Ike, but what happens when you do this? When you have, like, Satyr to just end the turn of the AoE unit, and then all of a sudden they can't hit him? It's pretty messed up, right?
That is a very powerful way to deal with that. It does leave you open, like, obviously Triandra will not get isolated in that case, but it is interesting to see how like defenses get countered. I will say this. I've always had the opinion that Ether Raids has been really easy for like the past 2 years.
Oh,
and like
of course. Yeah.
But like now it's like even easier, which I didn't even know it was possible. Like, I don't know if you saw, but I did my like Chaos season run using Emblem Ike and 4 level 1 units.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, it's like Well, not only that, but Chaos Season is already easy enough as it is, but then you have a unit like Ike that just beats everything. It just makes it such a wash.
Bonus
it's
Emblem
impossible.
Ike too, right?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I think that I have less bonuses on Ike than somebody else. Yeah, I do. Okay, so Tina is not going to steal all of my bonuses here. I'm going to end the action
That's
by
good.
green. I've isolated Triantra, so this guy actually cannot do anything here. I'm fairly sure. I mean, famous last words, right?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, wait, no, he's getting bonus movement on Kvassar. I forgot, because he has Eye Green. Okay, so yeah. As I said, famous last words.
Yeah. I mean, this is how you beat Emblem Ike teams. You just attack the other units with surprises, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's me, like, making all these mistakes, because it's hard to talk and play and, like, concentrate fully. Because the other day when I recorded with Joel, I had a fight where I lost 2, but because I was, like, talking so much, I didn't notice that the enemy had a duo Robin on their team that actually wasn't going to reach my units, but I thought that they were. Because, like, on my team, they typically reach. So, like...
Right.
I don't know. That it's pretty tough to, like, commentate and also play the game. So...
Yeah.
If I make mistakes here, that's pretty much why.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way. Like, whenever I, like, stream gameplay, I always, like, play a lot worse than I normally do. And
yeah.
Because, yeah, it is distracting. It does, like, surprise, a strategy game requires strategy, OMG. And, yeah, doing that while talking is really hard, so... Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, at least Emblem Ike is doing well here.
Yeah, once again, I mean, it's not Ike's fault that we lost this fight. It's my fault. So how bad of a unit could he possibly be if he's still the one, like, just demolishing people here? All right, how many ladders do I have here? Okay, we're going to have 4 ladders after this.
Okay, we're gonna... It's one ladder per podcast episode, I guess, is the strat.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, but now we get it something just way too easy. Like, look at this one.
Okay, this is like a DTM map according to the Phaeology server, because, like, I know, like, there are folks in the Phaeology server that are just, like, I guess jealous that I keep getting, like, super easy maps or something.
Oh, really?
It's really funny, yeah. So, like, I have good luck not just in summoning, but in AR maps as well. But yeah.
Speaking of summoning, correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't you, like, completely free to play? Or do you spend on anything, like the Fate Pass or something?
I don't have Fate Pass. All the orbs that I have used are F2P. I'm not pure F2P since I did spend for 2 months of Fate Pass for 2 particular Resplendents, but it's not like I actually used any orbs or anything like that. So, yeah, I consider myself free to play.
Okay. Yeah, well, only 2 Fate Passes is pretty free to play, I would say. Even though, yeah, you have spent money if people want to get, like, really semantic about it, but...
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I literally got, like, 0 competitive advantage from, like, getting those 2 months of Fate Pass.
So like, I'm guessing the Resplendents you got were Lucina, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, against my better judgment, I got the OG Lucina one. That was before I had a or a YouTube channel, and I was like, it doesn't matter, and I've regretted it ever since.
Okay, well, I mean, first of all, it's not only that, but then the artwork is so sus.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
But the Brave Lucina one, I think she has fantastic art.
It's amazing. I love it so much.
Yeah, the butterfly motif is so Lucina. Such a good pick for that.
It really is. Yeah. And my issue with OG Lucina's Resplendent is not even, like, the design, because the design is actually really good, but it was just the execution of the art itself. Because, like, if you go on, like, any Lucina Twitter artists, like, when that released, they did their own interpretations of the design, and it was just so good.
Yeah, I saw that. Like, a lot of people drew her, like, as an adult instead of as a baby, and it looks so much better, for, like, lack of a better way to put it.
Right. I don't know what they were. I don't know how that got, like, past QC or something. Like, it's just wild to me.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of art, I guess this is another topic for discussion here. Have you heard that people are saying the Duo Robin art is AI generated? Have you heard about that?
I have seen those. That is just, quite frankly, not true. And
yeah, I don't think it's true either. But people, they think it's because the artist didn't draw her hands, and like one of the things AI sucks at is drawing hands. So like they're trying to say like they covered up that it's AI art by leaving the hands out of the artwork.
I mean, like, with all these accusations, it's like if the art isn't perfect, then oh my goodness, it has to be AI generated, right? Like, which I just don't think is logical or like even that good for artists, because now they have to be perfect, unless otherwise they'll just be assumed to have been using AI, and that just sucks, you know? So,
shout outs to this guy, by the way. This is Asher, who is a fellow Facebooker.
Oh, that's super cool. Yeah.
Yes.
I haven't seen many Valentine's Efraims, honestly.
He's interesting
in
because
existence.
yeah, well, he's interesting because he has a reverse like trap card on Ike where he gives you the vantage effect. So when you attack into him, like he can kind of get around Great Ether a little bit, but he still doesn't win. So it's kind of a moot point.
Right. Like, I don't know what they were designing with, like, Valentine's Efraim. Like, the effects that he has is just so weird when it comes to, like, him being as a near save or any save.
He's pretty underpowered. I'm not sure what they were thinking either when they made him.
Right. Like, I remember when I was reacting to this, like, Valentine's Myrrh was the first unit, and I was like, oh my goodness, she's so powerful, giving Warp Bubble. And then next was Efraim, was like, this is kind of trash. What?
yeah. No, they didn't even like try to sugarcoat it. She had so many effects that were really good too. Like she's got Scowl, she's got the Warp Bubble, she's getting a lot of healing. I mean, I think he has healing too. But then, I mean, just the value of having a Warp Bubble far save is really good. So,
right.
Then you look at Efraim, and he doesn't have anything unique about. Is he even better than Winter Edelgard as a near saver? I'm not too sure.
I mean, I haven't had much experience of Efraim, but I see no reason why anyone would want to pull for Efraim unless, like, Ephraim's one of their favorite characters. Like, genuinely, I think Brave Edelgard is more useful because she counters Winter Edelgard. And so, yeah. Like, I have seen zero Ephraims, honestly. Like, legitimately.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how well Brave Edelgard has aged. Because, like, I felt like she might have kind of been falling off a little bit, but then when Winter Edelgard came out and then Brave Edelgard had such a good matchup against her, it's like she came back to life almost.
Yeah, Brave Edelgard is really interesting because, like, obviously a lot of the attention went to Brave Dimitri because, like, he went from 0 to hero, right?
Yeah.
But Brave Edelgard has always been, like, consistently good. It's just not like that well known. There was a time when like she was legitimately a top bar save in Summoner's Duels because of her movement abilities.
Right.
And like, and now, like, again, as you mentioned, she's one of the best Winter Edelgard counters you can have on defense. And so, like, I feel like she's always had this consistent trend of being like really stellar, which, you know, I appreciate as an Edelgard fan myself.
Yeah. It's always interesting when they refine units that don't even need them, because I feel like at the time Brave Edelgard got her refine, she didn't really need it. She was still pretty useful. And then
yes,
we're coming up on the point where we're about to get refines for Brave 6. There is no way you can convince me that those units need refines before like some of the units that haven't even gotten them yet. Like, for example... All right, let's see here. What is a unit that doesn't have a refine yet, but Brave 6 will probably get refines before them?
Reinhardt. Like, that's just number one.
Okay. Reinhardt, Surtur, Ophelia.
Ophelia, yep.
Yeah.
I don't know why they don't have refines yet. Like, what's holding them back? Like, just fear?
No, seriously, what did they do to deserve the treatment that they're getting of not getting refines? I don't understand.
I don't either. I mean, I will say I do think Brave Adult Tiki desperately needs a refine because she's just like been bad on since release. But like units like Brave Crom, who's like literally still one of the top units in the meta right now, even in Summoner's duels, like him getting a refine, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, but Brave Seliph, Brave Crom, these are units that are still good right now. So it's pretty weird thinking about them ending up getting refines when they are like still such effective threats in the meta.
Right.
And then like actually, you brought up Adult Tiki. I have a feeling Adult Tiki is going to end up being like the Brave Dimitri and the Brave Ike of this batch, because she's the one that needs the most amount of help. And if you think about some of the skills that we can give her now, like you can give her Lagoo's Friend 4, you can give her Dragon's Roar if you want, but Dragon's Roar clashes a little with Lagoo's Friend because you need a 3-hit special and she's got the -1. But it could be an option if you keep her B skill or give her something else. There's also, like, you can give her Scowl in the A skill, like Def Res Scowl. So there's a lot of things that are looking good for Adult Tiki right now.
Yeah, hopefully she gets the refine that she deserves because she actually like needs it. Unlike the other like COL 6 units, like she actually needs it a lot.
Yeah. It was such a dirty move too when they released her, because first of all, they give us a Adult Tiki alt in the first time in forever since like the summer one, and then it's just baby Tiki all over again because she's wearing the same clothes.
Right.
It just
are
felt
we going
like
to be able to like? Are we going to be able to kill this Ike?
Oh yeah. No, I was stalling to break the pots really. But
okay, I see.
You can player phase him pretty easily with your own Ike because you give him the Vantage, and then when you hit him, you get the Great Ether off. So
right.
Yeah, it might have looked like I was being stalled there, but I was just like buying time to get the pots.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
honestly, like.
Yeah, go ahead. I was gonna say that people. One of the seasons where Emblem Ike was available, people were running Hell because she's got the Miracle, and she can like stall him out forever if he doesn't have Fatal Smoke. So that was a common trend to see, like just Hells randomly on defense that one time.
That's actually super funny. Now that you mention it, I was like, I was wondering, like, why am I seeing all these Hell all of a sudden? Like, is there some secret strat I wasn't aware of? Apparently, there was. Yeah. Well, the one thing Ike doesn't have is like against like ranged units, he doesn't really have a good like player phase. So, and I faced this when doing like my recent like SDS run. Like, despite Ike surviving things on player phase, Ike really couldn't kill anything either, which made it a lot more troublesome than it needed to be.
Yeah, he's got a great player phase against anything that can counter him, but if they don't have like close counter, then he's not able to get his special off, and he does really low damage on his regular attacks. So that is one way to like really mess with him, particularly this unit here. Did you see this unit often in your SDS run?
I haven't seen them in my SDS run specifically, but I have seen them like a lot watching other people's runs. And
hold on, actually, since we finished my fights in AR, let's just quickly, I want to show you a specific replay where I just like dominated somebody with this Robin here. All right, let's see. Now I've got quite a lot of replays. I can't remember exactly which one it was, though. I think it might have been this one. Let's see here.
All right.
Yeah, because, just remember when Duo Crom came out and he was like the king of action economy because he had the reposition assist with the extra action and he had the Duo button? I feel like this unit is just a more cracked out version of that. Because not only are they doing the reposition with the extra action, they don't isolate themselves when they do it. So they can do it again. Then they still have the Duo button, which is, I feel like their Duo skill is way more effective than Crom's, because Rally Spectrum, I think, is just better than, the Grand Strategy that he gives. And they also do like Hush Spectrum and like all this stuff. They do so many things. It's nuts.
Yeah, I mean, I really loved how they implemented Dual Robin. Like, one of my biggest gripes using Dual Crom is the fact that he isolated himself, which
Yeah.
like it's not even about just him being able to change fate again. It's about like other, units being able to move him or assist him, like that you can't do now that he's isolated, which really hurts when it comes to like that sort of thing. And so I really love Dual Robin, honestly. I hope Brave Robin is just like Dual Robin, but also Grand Strategy. That would be like perfect for me.
Yeah. Have you had a chance to use Duo Robin with Arcane Lucina? Because I feel like they are one of the most devastating combos right now, just with the amount of action economy.
I don't have a Dual Robin. I still haven't summoned on that banner, actually.
It might be worth it, because I feel like they're just about as good as a must summon as we can get, because they're just so helpful, both in summoner duels and also Aether raids.
I do think they are very powerful. I don't think they are a must summon, because obviously you can be like successful in pretty much any mode without them. But I mean, I am very, very curious about and would like to get a Dual Robin. So that is something I can definitely consider.
I feel like they are probably the best Aether raids defense unit right now. Because like they're one of the few units that can really threaten Emblem Ike, and then also like just the amount of movement antics you can get out of them if you've got Green giving them +1, and then they get a bonus action after they get rallied or repositioned. Like they just do so many things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I guess this wasn't the fight I was talking about.
Yeah.
Hold on. I know it's one of these. I just don't remember exactly which one it was. Where I just like bullied some guy with action economy because I had duo or legendary Crom and this Robin, so I just kept using assists.
Mm-hmm. I mean, action economy is one of the reasons why I really love using Valentine's Lucina in Summoner's duels. Just like the future vision on a save unit is just super like really powerful to like use. And like the minute positioning that you can get with the future vision, all that stuff. I just really love using that. Like that fits my playstyle really well. Okay,
you're not gonna believe this. I don't know what happened. I think it stopped recording.
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
Wait. I guess this is gonna be like an old school podcast with
this is gonna be like a legitimate podcast with I'll have to put like some kind of like stock video over this, but
right.
Okay, so like a really real podcast, I guess. Okay, so
actual
anyways,
podcast,
yeah. So what were we talking about? Action economy, I guess. With
action economy, Valentine's Lucina, really loved the future vision and the minute positioning and things about that. Really fits my play style.
Right. Yeah. Just before we hop out, I want to just show this one replay. Let's see if I can find it. All right, so I think this is the replay here. Yeah, this does look like it, because he's got the Valentine murder. This was like this one was a tricky one because he's got Warp Bubble, and then he's got like Hortensia debuffing me.
Right. This is when like Unity stacking Legendary Robin comes back to the meta. Trust.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, he's also got the Earth Rendering Seal too, so like he's gonna try to zone me out here, I guess.
Yeah, Earth Rendering I think had like 75% usage in captain skills. Yeah, it's very strong.
I mean, on this map too, because this is like a really bait style of map where you want to kind of try defense a little.
Right. And like try to stall it out a bit.
Yeah.
And you can still get another action. Yep.
Yeah, like just there you go. Like the amount of actions they can take, and then if you have the rearmed Lucina too, because she swaps and she can still move without isolating herself. It's like you just get way too many actions between the two of them.
Right.
I think I might have lost this one actually.
I thought
maybe this wasn't the replay
I thought it said
either.
you won. I thought it said you won.
Yeah, if I did, that'd be something. Because look at this position here.
Yeah, because like you take out Hortensia there, and then they're out of actions basically.
Ah, there we go. Oh wait, hold
Yeah.
on. This is going to be a really close one.
I mean, I don't think Crom actually. Okay, Crom does kill. Never
Okay,
mind.
yeah, he does. Okay, yeah, so I did lose.
Okay, rep. Never mind.
That was
I thought it
really
said you
close,
win.
though.
Yeah.
I think maybe if I had attacked Crom there, I would have won. Because, like, is Katria going to
Yeah.
do as much damage to the duo Robin as he is? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think taking out Crom probably was the play. I mean, it's hard to say in
Yeah.
hindsight and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, regardless, I mean, we've got no video here, so I think we probably should call it a day. I mean,
Yeah.
this was a complete catastrophe, which is unfortunate because I really wanted this one to be like a special one to try and
It's
show some
alright.
love to DTM, get some subs for him. But that is going to wrap us up for this one, guys. Once again, sorry that I'm a dummy and I didn't record the video correctly. But if you haven't already subscribed to DTM, there's going to be a link to his channel in the description below. And there's also going to be a link at the end of this video that you can click on. So any final thoughts you want to get out there, DTM?
Nothing much, but others than to say like thank you so much for having me on. It's always a blast, and honestly, you were one of my inspirations for doing like Fey-tubing stuff. So I'm really happy to join you on this podcast and yeah, just talk about Fey, because no matter what happens, it is a game that we love, and yeah, I still love it
Yeah.
at the very least.
No matter how bad that Fey channel was, it's still a game that we enjoy, right?
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to let you go. Once again, thanks to everybody for watching and listening to our podcast here. And I will catch you guys again on the flip side.
Bye.